Hey guys, what is up? We are gonna call this, instead of a channel update, I think I'm gonna just start doing what I call a shoot the shit. And I'll just use shooting footage from Gun Club, or I'll talk while I'm playing Gun Club, which I'm currently not able to, so I'm just gonna do some recording before I get to that. Anyway, shooting the shit. It'll be like a channel update, except for not really a channel update, more just me talking bullshit. But the last few videos I mentioned, the big old sick, and like it may not sound like I have anything going on with me or anything like that, and I don't know if a lot of people really talk about this shit or how their experiences have been, but for me it's like it's just been a fucking roller coaster. Back in January, literally January 1st, was the first time we had to deal with it in our house. Let me preface by saying, if you don't know, I have horrible allergies for my whole life. Horrible asthma, severe asthma, my whole life. The last 10 years, actually we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary, I've had multiple sclerosis on top of that. So, like, I'm a wreck. I've been fortunate enough to not be as big of a wreck as I could be as compared to some people who have some of my conditions. But that being said, it's also given me the fortunate ability to, like, not have to leave my house very much, because I don't leave my house very much. And then when the sick stuff started, I was just like, I'm staying home, it's cool. And like, I am not a political person, but I'm also like, I don't know. I have my own experiences, my own like feelings on things, and I pay attention to numbers, facts, science, things that I can actually prove. And basically, where I stood a year into everything was, from everything I personally have seen, if you just break it down, it came down to whether you wear a mask or not, whether you're vaccinated or not, it does not matter. You either will get it or you will not. And if you do get it, you will either be okay or you will not. That's all the basic facts. It's very simplified, I understand that, but those are the basic facts, because you can go back and watch all of the public stated information. You can watch all of the, officials change stories and go from, one thing to the next. But the bottom line always remained, like, my experience was, I stayed home, I didn't go in public, I have a baby, we stayed home together, and my wife has to work. She has to go out in public and work at a job. Her job required her to get a vaccine so that she could continue working. So we did that. We're not anti-vaccination, that's a whole different level of people. But, I'm also not all in on anything. So, experiment. Some people get it, some people don't. We see what happens, right? So it made sense. Wife gets vaccinated, boosted, all that shit. We made it 2 years, her working and all that, and being the one who goes to the store, always wearing masks, all that stuff. And then New Year, this year, 2022, January 1st, she wasn't feeling good, and then we ended up going through COVID in our house. For her, I mean, you would know she had COVID. She's hacking, coughing, snot, terrible, feels, like the whole list. And that's being vaccinated and doing all the right things, blah, blah, blah. Me, on the other hand, I'm scared out of my fucking mind, because this whole time I'm like, I'm gonna die. If this happens, I'm dead. I would not have even known if it wasn't for her knowing. Like, that's just how it was. Like, for me, all the symptoms, all the things that I experienced were like normal, everyday bullshit for me. So it appears that I may be one of those rare, lucky, or / cursed people who doesn't really know. Like, I have personal, like, I know because I know my body, and I'm like, something's slightly off. But never in any of the, like, checklist ways. So it's one of those things. So, like, we went through that. She had it for bad. She got, like, the hives, lost taste, smell, all, like, she got the everything except for hospitalization. I just had a lot of stress, and, like, basically, I thought, like, I was on the edge of getting sick at any moment. And then, like, for me, I had like, what I guess they call the long COVID, where, like, I definitely noticed after it was gone, like, oh, I'm not the same as I was before. Well, cut to now, 8 months later, 7 months later. I went through physical therapy. I was getting exercise, doing my own personal things to, like, get my body back in shape, because I noticed I was, like, I didn't feel right after having that. Literally just starting to get back to the point where I felt like I did before I had COVID back in January. And I had started feeling what I call, like, spicy chest, or my chest gets sensitive. I vape, and I use medical cannabis. Not like Snoop Dogg style, but, like, still, there is ingestion of smoke. So, like, those are two things I do on a regular basis that, you know, go in my chest. Sometimes I get what I call a sensitive chest, and, like, it happens when anytime the lawn gets mowed in the neighborhood, like, allergy, like, all kinds of shit causes it. So I never know. My wife was kind of feeling a little bit allergic, and then she calls me, you know, on a, like, she goes to work on a Monday morning, she calls me, she's like, hey, I need you to take a test, because my boss has COVID, and I was around her 4 days ago. Like, she wasn't around her every day, it was just, there was one period of time where she was around her, and since we both kind of felt like there might be something off, okay, took test. Guess what? Passed it, negative. So, she works, comes home, she's actually getting sick. She's starting to snot, cough, blah, blah, blah. She takes a test, negative. Next morning, I'm like, look, whatever's going on, you definitely got something, and you're the one feeling it, so you need to go, like, to the doctor, obviously, and do something for it. She goes there, takes the rapid test, negative again. Takes the PCR test, takes, you know, all the strep and everything else tests, fine. 2 days later, PCR comes in, she's positive. So she is positive. So that's why she's continuing to get, like, you know, have symptoms. Me, on the other hand, still the same. Like, I feel like, I'm like, oh, well, that explains it now. Now that you tell me that, it explains it. But you wouldn't know it talking to me, seeing me, like, although I know it because I do have, like, some shortnesses of breath, some, like, even now as I'm talking, it's like, oh, I can tell to a degree. But again, as somebody who has extreme allergies, extreme asthma, you know, multiple sclerosis, like, I'm expecting to die this whole time. So I'm very scared always, and especially now. But again, you wouldn't know it. So it's like, I'm one of those dorks. Well, I say dork, but I'm one of those dorks who fucking, I wear a mask. If I go out in public, I wear a mask. But it's not just for me. It's because I think I'm one of those people who could have the sick and not know it in the same way that other people do. And so I wear my shit, and I sanitize, and I barely leave my house, and I only go a few places. And this actual video is kind of directed at somebody who may be watching these videos and being like, hey, wait, what the fuck? Didn't I just talk to you? I'm just letting you know, bro. As far as I'm aware, I am following all proper precautions and, like, CDC rules. They changed everything now. And, like, again, like, I'm essentially asymptomatic to my, like, I wouldn't know if I wasn't for my wife being sick and being testing positive. So, that said, that's my experience with the whole thing, and I don't like. It's confusing. Like nothing adds up. Everybody's got different experiences and stories, but that's been mine. Also, my baby. This is the second time she's had to be exposed in our house, and we live in a fucking trailer. Like I ain't gonna lie, I don't even live in a house. We can't even quarantine. Our version of quarantine is like, okay, you stay on that side, and we'll stay on this side, and hold breath and like try not to you know, infect each other really. But like, you know, once you both have it and it's been brought in, it's like it's too late then. You just got to ride it out and see what happens. But as far as that goes, it's like, I mean, I've just talked for 10 minutes and like I just feel normal for the most part. Again, I'm able to take hits of medical legal cannabis, which I'm totally doing by exercising my rights. Just always throw that out there in case there's some fucking fuckery. I'm legit. Some people are not, but I am. And in most states it doesn't matter. In mine it doesn't, because that's why I went through the fucking process. But anyway, that said, the whole point is that like I don't know. So I'm still gonna make my videos obviously and be doing stuff. I'm not gonna be leaving out into the world for a bit. But even that said, my wife, her boss was like, oh shit, take the rest of the week off. I'm so sorry that you're sick. And then was like, but we're closing that office that you work at. So if you want to come in and like just be there by yourself and do some like little work, you could do that. So she's basically gone to work the last 2 days. The last 2 days anyway. Which, like, it to me it blows my mind. But like, again, they're, you know, his literal quote was, oh, they changed the rules, so it looks like it's fine. If you want to come in, if you feel okay, you can come in and do this. And I kind of need you for this. So if you could, but you don't have to. And it's like, oh, welcome to fucking America. This is the American way, dude. This is why there's a giant pandemic, and this is why people are always fucking dying, because not everybody's fucking fortunate. And like, when you do have an issue like this, what happens? Your boss is like, even with the best intentions, they're still thinking of the fucking the bottom line, and like, hey, human side, I feel you, bro. I'm sorry. If you need something, just do it. But here's the thing, business side, we need you. Like, you're part of the system, and without you, it just doesn't work the same. So if you could find it in your ability, just, you know, to make it in, we really appreciate that. And it's like, cool. Meantime, how big's your house? What kind of cars do you drive? Awesome, cool. How much do you worry about paying your bills, boss? Never? Oh, sweet, cool. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully we don't get anybody sick or anything, right? You know, I mean, it's sorry. Again, this is a shoot the shit episode. It's ranting, it's talking, it's babbling. It's something I've been needing to do for a while, but I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. And I guess the only way in my life I've figured out to do anything is like just do it. So this is it. Shooting the shit. If this footage is repeat footage from before, sorry about that. It's just because I couldn't make new footage right now. But in the future, these will be shot while I'm playing the game. But otherwise, yeah, that's I don't know. If you got comments, if anybody's like still doing comments, like, come on, hit me up. Tell me what like your experience is, because like I'm just a regular dude who's fucking got questions, and I've always had questions, but I've got some questions right now, and my experiences have been all over the board, which makes me go, hey, what's everybody else like? What's going on? And am I the asshole, as they say on Reddit? Because I'm trying not to be. Always try to be a good dude and not fuck up anybody else's world. Because as they say, well, no, as the Buddhist masters would say, you tend to the part of the garden you can touch. Which means, you know, if you can't do anything about it, don't. But do something about the things you can. And with that being said, if you can help. But if you can't help, don't harm. The least anybody can do is not make anything worse for anybody. So That being said, as always, thanks for watching. Love you guys. One day, we're going to find a way to monetize this shit so that I don't have to worry about my wife going to work and bringing home fucking germs. And I can live on my own little patch of land. I can show you guys my little bird sanctuary I got going on. Dude. That's a whole nother channel. Anyway, again, love you guys. Thanks for watching. As always, love you. Bye. What are you waiting for? Subscribe, bitch.